Hi guys, welcome back. In the last episode, I went over counting points. Today, I'm going to go over how scoring works after you have your points added up, since the number of points will equal a payment amount. Now again, I'm not encouraging gambling. If you do that, I'm not going to be responsible. So there's two types of payment styles. There's the discarder double or the discarder pays for all, and I'll explain those in just a minute. I learned the discarder pays double style first, so I'm going to explain that one first. Here we have an example of a basic payment schedule. You can actually find copies of this one online as it's pretty common. It goes from 0 points to 10 points, and it shows how much you would pay according to the number of points. So let me just explain real quick here. 0 points, a chicken hand, where you have no points. If it was discarded, then the discarder would pay 2 chips, and the other remaining players each pay 1. So the winner would collect a total of 4 chips. You'll notice under the self-drawn, 0 points, it says NA. This is because if you self-pick, you automatically get a point. So there's no way you would have a 0-point chicken hand. Now we go to the next one, 1 point. You'll notice the scoring doubled a little bit. 2, 2, and the discarder pays 4. So the winner would collect a total of 8 chips. Now, if the winner self-draws for 1 point, you'll notice everyone pays 4 chips each. And same thing, it goes on the same type of payment schedule for the next one. It doubles again on 2. It'll double again on 3. Then you'll notice 4, 5, and 6, they group into one category, and 7, 8, and 9 also into one category. This is why I said the payment goes exponential, and then I said semi-exponential, and that's where this comes from. And then 10 points or more, 256 collected total, where 128 is by the discarder and 64 are by the remaining players, as opposed to look at how much you would get if you got 10 points on your own by a self-pick. You get 128 per player, giving you a total of 384. This is why I said some people go for the larger points hand, because the payment is significantly more. All right, so let's go on to the next part. Here we have another example of a payment style. This one's very simple. This one is a straight exponential. So basically, however many points you have, that's how many you would get from the players. And then the discarder pays double. So an example, for instance, you had 1 point, and 2 to the 1 is 2. So the other non-discarders will pay you 2, and then the discarder pays you 4. And as you see in the chart, it's just straight exponential, 2 to the number of points. Very basic, not much else I can say about that. Now, this one is a personal payment schedule that my family and friends used to use. Let me explain it real quick here. You'll notice the points, they do double from 1, 2, 3, and 4, but then it only straight doubles from 4 to 6, and then 6 to 8, and 8 to 10, as opposed to 5, 7, and 9, in which those double in themselves, but only in between the others. The other thing I want to explain now is the discarder covers all. So previously I said the discarder pays double and the remaining players pay the regular amount. So in the discarder covers all, basically what happens is they pay their double amount, and they also pay the remaining players amount. So for example, if you look at the payment for 3 points, the discarder covers all, he pays 4 because he pays 2 for the amount he would have discarded, and then 1 for per non-discarder. And so it's 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4, and the discarder covers all in those cases. So some players will play that method. It's up to you, and always discuss before playing how you guys will be doing the payment. A little more on the discarder pays for all. Some people actually like it because they won't have to lose any money if they never throw into somebody else's hand, and the only time they would lose is if someone self-picks. So it's a pretty good style for if you're a very defensive player. if you're a very reckless player and discarding into all kinds of things, maybe you're better off playing where everyone pays collectively. Before I end today's video, I realized there was a couple of things I forgot to mention in my previous videos. So here's a couple of addendums to my last couple of videos. So I realized when I was going over the points last week, or in the last video, I had forgot to mention there was also another type of win with the flowers where you can win with 7 flowers. And that's, I forgot because I was looking at the English scoring Wikipedia page, but on the Chinese version, there's actually a part where you can win with 7 flowers. That's on your turn and you draw the 7th flower. If you decide to take the win, you automatically claim you're going to win with 7 flowers, and it doesn't matter what's in your hand. And it's counted here as a 3-point hand. My family always played as 4 points, but again, discuss upon prior to play. And other stipulations to that is sometimes you might not want the win because your hand is actually worth more than 3 or 4 points, and you want to go for the bigger win. So what you would do is you would get the you would get the bigger win if your hand is bigger, or if you get 8 flowers, it's also a lot more points. In which, with my family, it was a limit hand. If you draw the supplemental replacement tile for your 7th flower, then you will not be able to claim the 7th flower auto win on a subsequent turn. That nullifies it. Same thing on if you drew the 8th flower. But if you've got the 8th flower, it's most likely you're going to take the win since it's a very large scoring hand. Here's the other topic I wanted to go over that I forgot last time, also relating to flowers and end of wall. When drawing your tiles, yes, you draw from this side, and this is the end of the wall. Some people will stack them like this as an indicator to say that's the end of the wall, which I have seen, but I don't really recommend it because it's really easy to knock over when trying to grab the tiles, especially if you're drunk. Yes, I had one night where I was playing with someone who had a little too much to drink, and every hand just went like that. So what my friends and I have decided as an indicator, if you want, you can go like this and just change it to horizontal, and now you know that this is different from that, and then you would know to draw from the side. Once you get good enough at it, you don't have to change it at all, or if you play enough, you just know which side's which. But if you're a beginner and you want to indicate it, I recommend just rotating it into a dragon's tail, and that should help a bit, so you'll know which side to draw from. Okay, well, I hope you guys learned a lot today. Now, if you want to try playing with payments but don't want to use real money, you can always use Monopoly money or poker chips and do it that way. Just give everyone a starting amount and then see how much everyone is up or down at the end of the session. And you can say, I don't know, winner gets bragging rights. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope to see you guys next time. Good luck at the tables. Bye.